Hi, I went to the comic store this week and I got a bunch of new comics, but they had a stack of Star Trek comics that are just blowing away for about $10. And I was like, sure, I'll grab a bunch of these. I had a lot of these as a kid. I really liked DC's era of Star Trek. It's probably the best comics era of Star Trek, in my opinion. Marvel had their run in the early 80s. People love it because it's Marvel, but like they were very hampered by what they could put in that comic. And then they had an era as well, Marvel did, in the 90s after this, which looked cartoony to me, and it had Starfleet Academy and stuff, which I didn't care about. So let's go through this haul. I'm just going to go through this really quickly. So, of course, Star Trek issue 1. This is movie era stuff, as you can tell by their costumes and everything. It was kicked off by Peter David and James Fry. Look at all this great art. Pretty cool stuff. I like that all the likenesses are here too. Dark Knight Shaman. Yeah. I don't know where the likenesses were dealt with. Probably with Dell or something like that. But here's issue 3 with some familiar looking Klingons. They look kind of like the movie Klingons, like the characters, like the one that dogs them in part 5 and everything. Here's issue 4. Yeah, I love the likenesses. Still Peter David. Star Trek 5. This looks awesome. Issue 6. Yeah, they don't really do this anymore, do they? Like, have the actual, the original crew and everything star in a bunch of comics. Here's issue 9. Issue 10. The Trial of James T. Kirk. Here's 13, so we're missing one part of this trial. Here's issue 14. Issue 15. World Singer. Oh, that's a great cover, eh? Special Tale by J. Michael Straczynski, Gordon Purcell, and Arn Starr. Here's 17 coming up here. Still movie era characters. Yeah, the thing about DC Star Trek, here's Harry Mudd is back. I remember seeing this on the rack at Max Milk up where I lived. The thing about DC Star Trek is that it felt like Star Trek. The stories felt like they could have just been episodes. Like if it were me, I would film all these episodes, and that would be that would be my Star Trek. Here's issue 27. I think at this point the team is changed. It's Howard Weinstein and Brandon Peterson as the well, they say guest penciler here. See who the team is here. Gordon Purcell, yeah, and Howard Weinstein. Took over from the previous team. Issue 32. Sulu and Uhura are missing. And there's a jump here to the Tabukan Syndrome, part 5 of whatever story this is. I like this Bones and Scotty team up. Pretty awesome. Issue 44. Issue 49. The ships always looked awesome in this series as well. Alright, in addition to all this, that was all movie era stuff. That was their series. But they also did a mini-series like this one, Mandala Imperative, based on the original series. So they all look classic. This is one of I think 4-part miniseries, but I only got issue 1 with this set. Also, Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country movie special. Yes, DC did movie specials too. This is cool. You got the credits for the movie and everything. Yeah, it's basically the movie. Pretty cool stuff. I don't know how many other movie specials they did for Star Trek. I don't think there ever was a Star Trek 2 one. By the time they got to 6, they're like, yeah, we should just stop pretending and just like make Star Trek stuff. And they kept hesitating with each movie. Here's an annual, Star Trek Annual, '1. I have this one, I remember. Anything where George Takei wrote it, I probably have it. For whatever reason, whenever Sulu was writing Ford Fairlane ad, whenever he was writing stuff, I would totally snap it up. I remember he wrote a whole thing where it was an Excelsior adventure. Here's Annual 3 from '92, and here's Annual 4. Nice big Star Trek haul. You know, it warms my heart to see these old comics because of what Star Trek has become, especially in comics. Like, just give us the original crew and make them look like those guys. Like, learn to draw, perhaps, and have, you know, situations and adventures that feel like Star Trek and not, you know, Star Wars or some dumb thing or Days of Our Lives. So that was my Star Trek haul. Pretty cool stuff. Just thought I'd take a quick look at them with you guys. And if you like what you saw, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.